welcome back to the channel. We've got a few odd jobs that we need to tackle in this video, but we've got one major issue that's going to leave us without hot water or heating, so I need to sort that out ASAP. But before all that, a quick synopsis of how we got here. A story of relocation. Relocating due to necessity. We needed to move to be closer to my wife's family during a difficult time. Little did we know that if we didn't sell our family home when we did, things could have been a lot worse. As a self-employed person, I wasn't expecting my main source of income to dry up a couple of weeks into the start of the process. We also weren't expecting the sale of our house to take as long as it did. We also weren't expecting the house we planned to buy, the perfect home that had everything we needed, to not materialise. So at this point, I don't know if the purchase of the house we want will go through. And it was a very difficult pill to swallow, having to pull the plug on the perfect house. And by this point in our journey, the only thing we could do was to break the chain and guarantee the sale of our family home, meaning we'd have to stay at my in-laws a lot longer than we'd already planned, and we'd already stayed months past what we'd already discussed. That being said, our Plan B house was completely and utterly uninhabitable and was going to require months and months of work, including a full rewire, where I did most of the first fix myself. We also needed a bathroom, so I had to entirely rip out the old one and put a new one in, including redoing all the plumbing. All while my wife works full time and I spend most of my time looking after our little one. I also had to change all the old radiators, using as much as the old pipework as possible, but we got new radiators pretty much throughout because we need heat. One of the biggest jobs that needed to be done before we moved in was the removal of a crumbling and ready to collapse chimney. With the building being abandoned for 18 months before the purchase, I had to replace all the broken glass with new glass, securing the building. We've done everything possible to make this building habitable, thrown down cheap laminate flooring, salvaged as much from the house as possible. We've single-handedly moved all of our belongings 70 miles across the Pennines, done most of the decorating, including lots and lots of painting, my favourite, all to get several rooms finished so we can live comfortably whilst we finish the rest of the house. But the reality is, it's going to be years, years and years before we finish this place. And we're at a point now where there's absolutely no money left. With me completely maxed out and being a stay-at-home dad, I can't see a fix to my financial issues. But for now, the YouTube videos are going to take a back seat whilst I try and sort my life out. With only one work contact left supplying me with work, they've got plenty coming up, so I'm going to take all the hours I can get, which means I'm basically just going to lose my weekends. And I'm already at a point where I'm absolutely mentally and physically drained from this whole process, but needs must, and just see if I can get out of debt and get back on track. I did have something completely different planned for this week, but we've got a problem. Pretty easy for me to diagnose though, so yeah, the pressure in our heating system has dropped, so we've got a leak, and it's very obvious where the leak's coming from, and it's coming from something I've boarded over. I've put a new floor over the top of it, and I've put tiles up the wall over it as well. It's some of the old copper pipe work for the heating system. And obviously if there's no pressure in the heating system, There's no hot water either, but it's very obvious to see where the leak is because I can see it right now. And I can see that the pressure's gone down on the boiler, so we know it's not the new pipework I put in, it's the old stuff. So there's going to have to be a bit of demolition to get to the issue. It's not a bad leak, it must be a pinhole. So I can just, if I can find where the leak is and get access to it today, then that will give me an opportunity for my next day that I have available to try and sort it out. But that will mean draining the system. And if I'm going to drain the system, that hallway radiator is going to come off the wall, and I might as well put some new valves on it once that's off, because then I can tackle that wall in the hallway. It's fate, isn't it? Oh, because that was the one thing I was like, I don't really want to take that radiator off until, you know, it is warmer. But I've had my arm put behind my back, so I've got to drain the heating system to sort this issue out. So I might as well take that radiator off, put new valves on it, and then we can get to that wall and sort that wall out as well. Yeah, I've got the lurgy at the minute, so I'm running on fumes. Right, just gonna have to start putting some holes in walls and floor now, aren't I? Let's just get it done, see if we can find the leak, and go from there. And it starts by finding the leak. And I know it's in the corner of the bathroom. Using this little camera on a stick, I made a small hole in the wall and started trying to find where the leak was coming from. On first inspection, I couldn't really find the leak, so I decided to remove a few more tiles and get better access to this corner. Why don't you just get a plumber in? Because I literally don't have a penny to my name, that's why. But I'm sure I can fix this myself. You can see the moisture down there, and I think I've found the problem. Where is it? I hope it's not down here somewhere. I was thinking it was going to be one of these joints, but these look dry. Oh no. Are you kidding? There's a join right here and there's a screw. Is that going into the pipe? That looks like... No! No, what? Oh, Dave, you idiot. You absolute idiot. What? I don't believe it. That's hilarious. So I've screwed into the pipe, and I must have screwed into the pipe months ago, but it's only just started leaking now. Oh dear, what? Oh, you idiot. Come on. Page one. You should know where your pipes are if you're working around pipes, so you don't screw into them. I've got no one else to blame but myself. That is unreal. I can't actually believe that. So there you go, world. I screwed into a pipe and it's in a really awkward spot. It's just difficult. It's difficult. Oh, I don't know. Oh man. You idiot. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. There's me thinking it would be one of the old joins where it goes through the masonry. No, it's me. I've screwed through it. Right, let's just come away from that for a minute. It's been a busy week. We spent a bit of money. We've got some stuff we've got some boxes to open. So let's quickly have a look at this stuff. Yes, I know we were talking about getting some custom made curtains for in here, but scrap that idea. I went and had a look, measured it all up. I think it was 750 quid for 2 curtains to cover this bay window, so we've had to scrap that idea and buy some off-the-shelf curtains for 180 quid. So we prefer this pattern, but they don't go all the way down to the floor, which is the only... There is 2. Yes, there is 2. Brilliant. Right, don't make a mess, Dave. Curtain rail. Right, so we've got curtains, curtain rail. I had a look at the window, the UPVC window hinge. One of them is completely seized up, so I've used the one that's worked and measured that and basically ordered new top opener hinges for the window that doesn't work and a matching lock. Don't know when they're coming though. I thought they'd be here now, but anyway. What else do we need for in here? Window film. Oh yeah, forgot about all that. Oh yeah. So that is the window film from that's left over from our first house. So there should be enough to at least do that window, I would have thought. Yes! Sweet! So yeah, there's probably going to be another video just doing this window stuff. Right. Let's go strip some more paint because I love doing it so much. Yeah, so we're going to give this cling strip another go. 3rd time's the charm, right? And it starts by putting on some rubber gloves and just blathering it. There isn't much paint left on this newel post anyway, but so I'm hoping for a good result. And once you've laid it on as thick as possible, you need to cover it up so it doesn't dry out too quick. And now we wait 48 hours. See you then. 3, 2, 1. And to my surprise, it had dried out. So I can't imagine this being a great result. So I'm just going to chip off all the dried up cling strip and see what we've got. I mean, it doesn't look amazing, but I'll give this a good wash down. Hopefully most of it will come off. And and it has softened the paint that's filling up all these nook and crannies. There's still quite a lot of paint that hasn't come loose, so I'm just scratching off what I can whilst I've got a bit of time. And it's definitely a lot better than it was, but there's still lots of room for improvement. Might have to hit it again, I don't know, but it still needs sanding, so hopefully I won't have to paint this. So after measuring up for some curtains and realising that the ones we wanted were £750, I spent a bit of time figuring out what would work, and there was some off-the-shelf curtains that would just fit. So we've gone with them, but I need to put a batten up to take my curtain rail. So it starts by taking my measurements and getting my angles cut. Once I've got everything cut, I'm going to bevel all my edges, give them a quick sand, and then get them prime and painted. With all this sunshine we've been having recently, each coat was drying pretty quickly, which was convenient. So I'm going to quickly nail these up. I can always add some screws later. Once that's up, I can get my curtain rail out. I've never fitted one of these before, so a quick look at the instructions and work out what's what, and we're good to go. A quick pep talk from the boss, and we're ready to go. So now I attach the brackets that will take the curtain rail. And the curtain rail actually needs bending. And the thing with the nearest radius to the instructions was this mirror. And this was as fiddly as it looks. once they're up, I can trim the fat and start hanging my curtains. Right, back to our boiler issue. This one's a race against time because I've only got the time that my daughter's at nursery to get this sorted. Otherwise we've got no hot water and no heating for at least a week. And it starts by draining the system and turning off the boiler. I also need to bleed the radiators that need bleeding, but most of the new ones I put these auto release valves on, which saves me a job. And here's the result of my stupidity that we found earlier in the video. I'll quickly clean out the area, making sure there's nothing that's going to hold moisture. At the minute it's full of rubble. Because these pipes were fitted originally too close together, they won't actually fit my pipe cutter in between the pipes, so I'm having to replace an awful lot of pipe work, including the pipe work that goes through the masonry into the next room. So I need to quickly cut all my pieces and get everything prepped, ready to solder it all together, remembering to deburr and clean all my copper pipes. With this being a race against time, I run out of time and I didn't manage to film me soldering the pipes together, but I've done it. It was stressful, but it's done. So I'll quickly take this radiator off downstairs, throw it outside and cap the valves. I'm not going to replace them right now. Fast, running out of time. 2 o'clock, I've got 2 hours. Well, I haven't got 2 hours, I've got an hour and a half. And if I've failed at doing this, then we've got no hot water or heating. So quickly fill the system back up. Bleed some radiators. Okay, yeah, hot water again. Lovely job. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Like I said earlier, not going to spend loads of time making videos for the next couple of months. It's really difficult to make a video when there's literally no content, and because I'm not working on the house, there isn't going to be much content. So yeah, the videos will slow down. It's as simple as that. But anyway, if you made it this far, it costs you absolutely nothing. If you could tick the bell and subscribe, that helps me out. If not, give the video a thumbs up or comment your favourite emoji. It all helps the algorithm. And if you want to go the extra mile, there's a link to my Ko-Fi in the description. Thank you so much for your support so far, and I'll talk to you next time. Don't know when that'll be, but hopefully it'll be soon. Peace out.